Hi, my name is Liz, and I'll be your host. Welcome to According to Liz. This is a podcast about my own life experiences and how I view the world. So, buckle up and enjoy the ride.
Welcome to According to Liz. Your podcast every week in Spotify, YouTube, and TikTok.
I had the kids, I had the baking and the cleaning and the decorating, so it became too much for me. I also feel that I was very, I don't know, like I felt like I didn't have the support that I needed. And that's another thing I gotta say is when you start a business, you need to understand it's you and you alone. You cannot expect people to help you. If they're gonna help you, that's amazing, but that is not something that you will have. Usually, that's not. You don't get support in the beginning. That's something I found out. So I remember one morning I was just like I said, I was so sad and so just tired of the job that I had. And I said, you know what? I need to find something else. So I started praying. And one of the nights that I was scrolling on my phone, up something popped up, an ad popped up, and in that ad, it was about permanent makeup. And so my background, I love drawing, I love art. That's my thing. So I was like, maybe this would be a great career. Maybe this would be a great thing to learn. I always felt like I wanted to make girls feel pretty. I wanted to make a difference and make money at the same time. So I felt that that was a good idea. It was like a light bulb moment. So I started searching for where to learn how to do permanent makeup. While I was searching, I almost got scammed. I contacted this place that you go to. It's like a conference. You go for 3 days and they teach you how to do permanent makeup. And they were asking for a deposit. Well, long story short, it was a scam. So I go back to praying. I go pray again, and that's when I was praying like, I need a place. There's like a physical place that I go to, that it's not like a conference. That it's not like I gotta take a plane and go there, and you know, I needed something physical, like a real school. So I kept looking, and then I found the school I went to, and the school was in Manhattan. So I said, okay, I need to get this done. So I started going to the school. I learned. I finally graduated. Got my models, anything that I needed to do to start, my career as a permanent makeup artist. Okay, so where do I go from there? Well, I need a space. I had some money saved up so I could have like my own little space and start getting clients. And I also had a little budget for advertising because people need to know who you are in order for them to come to you and hire you. Well, that failed too. I got myself a little room and a salon in the back of a subway. That's how bad it was. So, well, I'm open. I got my diploma, I got my certificate, I got everything that I needed to. All the legal stuff was done. The LLC was already formed, and no clients. I'm like, shit. I'm running out of money paying for rent and paying for my supplies and whatnot and paying for advertising, and it was not, the clients were not coming in. So I remember I prayed again. I'm like praying, and late at night, again, I'm scrolling, and an ad for lashes popped up. How to do lash extensions, and light bulb moment again. I was like, oh my goodness, this gotta be it. So once again, I go back to school, and I learn lashes. Crazy thing is, lashes started coming in faster than permanent makeup did. So I remember I used to go get 2, 3 clients per week with lashes. I kept working at it, and my skills kept getting better and better and better. But see, this is something that I have to talk about also. It is energy. I know sometimes you don't even understand how much energy, what's around you, the people that are around you, will impact your life. This is why it's very important to know that you are around people that are in your corner, to know that you are you are with people that are for you. Because while I was in that place, I was getting 2, 3 clients per week. So one of those clients helped me to find a different space that I end up renting. So at this time, COVID hit, and everything was closed, and I was still trying to keep going. I was like, okay, I'm making enough to pay my rent at this place with lashes, but I need to, I can't stop. I need to keep going. I need to build my clientele. So COVID happened, everything was closed. I didn't want to lose the little bit of clients I already had. So I was still working on the low. Like, I'm like, okay, you sick, I'm not sick, okay, come on over, I'll do your lashes. So I find the new space. A client of mine found me a new space, and I'm always going to be grateful for her. And at that place, promise you, kid you not, the first week I was booked up every day. And I'm not saying I had 10 clients a day, but I did have 1 to 2 clients per day the first week. And I'm excited because I'm like, oh my goodness, like I'm starting to see that it's going to work. It's going to work. So while I'm there, I'm now focusing on the lashes because this is what's bringing me the money. And I kept going to the point where I had a little book. That's where I used to write my clients and my appointments. I ended up getting a booking app. After I got the booking app, I was getting booked up the whole freaking week, like from morning to night. I would start at 9 a.m. There was nights I was leaving there at 10 p.m. And once it started happening, it was just like out of nowhere, just like a snowball. Well, from there, I kept going. Now permanent makeup I was getting booked up for permanent makeup as well. So from having 1 room, I ended up renting 2 rooms at the same suite. And from having those 2 rooms, it's just, for some reason, it was just time. Like, I had this feeling like you need to grow, like you need to go, you need to move. This is your time to go. And I remember one day some stuff started happening at the place. And this is another thing I gotta tell you. When God wants you to grow, when God needs you to expand, He will make you uncomfortable where you are because you need to move. And I'm the type of person where if I'm comfortable, if things are working out, I just want to keep it that way. I like the balance, the easygoing type of thing. And so at that moment, stuff started happening to make me uncomfortable, so I could leave, so I could go, so I could move to the next step, so I could just keep going. So one day I was doing this client of mine lashes, and something happened with the people at the suite that I was renting from. And I try my very best not to, although I have a relationship with all my clients, I try the best to not let my life go on to my clients. I don't know if that makes sense, but I try not to share too much. But at that moment, I was very aggravated, and I remember whispering, "I need to get the fuck out of here." And my client, she stayed quiet. So while I was doing her lashes, and once I was done with her lashes, that's when she was like, I don't mean to intrude, but do you, I overheard you want to move. Are you working with someone? Because I also don't want to step on no one's toes. And I'm like, oh, no, I'm not working with anybody, but I definitely do need to move. Within a week, she had already found me this space. I went to look at it. I kid you not, I was so scared. I was scared not to have the money to pay for this space. I was scared not to even know how to manage it. I was so scared for everything. And I moved. I didn't even know how I was gonna furnish the place or how I was gonna do it. So while I'm working, I'm thinking of what do I want my space to look like. And it's crazy because once again, I'm scrolling and I see Viridian green. And that was the first thing I thought of, like the color, Viridian green. So, okay, so I want my space to be Viridian green. I want touches of gold. I want white and gray. That was my color theme. Boom, that started, that was the beginning. And little by little, I kept thinking of the space. And not little by little, because it like I said, within a week. So, I gave my moving notice, and I told her that I will be able to move to the space for the following month, because I had given the moving notice, I had to give a month prior of moving that I was leaving. So, found this space. When I started this, I couldn't stop working and get the space together. So I remember the first thing I did was, the first Sunday after I got the space, I painted. It was my son's best friend, and I painted the space. Remember, I didn't have the budget to even think of opening a space. So from there, it was like everybody came together, like my kids came together, and they helped me with painting some of the furniture. I found the chairs. I knew what I wanted. I wanted to have recliners for the clients while I was doing the lashes. So I was able to get the recliners. My son and his friend built the platform. The recliners go on top of the platform. And from there, we just kept adding on to the space, adding on. And then until we have what we have today. So this is how Beauty by Liz was born. Moving forward, there's a lot of things I still have in mind to do. There's a lot of growth that I need to do. But I gotta tell you, this is what people mean when they say, when you have a business idea, you just gotta start. Start however you can. Because two things I understand now, and it is that you have to do the work. You gotta put your head down. And when people tell you you are crazy, I remember when I was starting, everybody was like, "You crazy, you're gonna leave that job you have, is secure, you have insurance, they pay you well, you're not gonna make any money." All the stuff that people tell you, right? You gotta, quiet the noise and put your head down and work. It's really, that's all it is, truly. And jump even if you're scared. Jump if you don't know how. Jump if you think you're gonna fail, you still jump because that's the only way you will find out if you're gonna make it. If I would have stayed with all the doubts that I had, I was scared. I was super scared. I'm still scared, but yet I have to keep pushing. I have to keep going, because I knew inside of me I was bigger than where I was. I was bigger than a warehouse worker. I felt that I needed to do something with my life. So when I go to my space, when I go to my business, it's not just, oh, I have a business. It's just, I accomplished something really big for me. I get to have a relationship with my clients. I get to make them feel good. I get to make them prettier. We talk. It's a different feeling when you're working for yourself. I am working harder now than I ever done before. I work longer hours. I work 6 days a week. I work, 10, 12, 13 hours. There's days, 15 hours that I put into my business. And even when I get home, I'm still working because I'm still buying stuff that I need for the business. I'm still answering questions from the clients. So when I tell you that it is a different feeling, it is a different feeling. Because when I used to be at the job I hated, let me tell you, I couldn't wait for the hours to be gone. Like, I couldn't wait for the time that I was going home. I couldn't wait. It's like if they would ask me to do something extra, I'm like, nope, I don't want to. Now it's like I'm happy to do so. I'm happy to accommodate the clients. I'm happy to do the extra work. Don't get me wrong, I'm very tired all the time, but I'm not dreading it because I love what I do. I'm working for me. I'm getting what I put in. So for me, that is very important. But yes, start your business. Start however you can. It doesn't matter. Everything will fall into place. And you know what? As you go, you will figure it out. You will improve. Like, there's a lot of things that I always. That's the thing. That's the main thing about me. Like, I always want to do bigger. I always want to do better. I got to this. So what's next? So what's next for me? Well, I want to grow my business. Who knows? Maybe have a few other ones. A few other locations of Liz's Beauty. Want to have more employees. Right now my daughter and I are the ones there, but it's been a little struggle trying to find the right people to work with us. But I know that they're gonna come. I know that right now I'm training a girl to do lashes with me, and it's just all part of the growth. In the future, I want to have the selling of products. I want to give more classes. I did incorporate the classes. So that's where I want to move forward to do classes, the retail. I don't know what else. I just, sky's the limit. I'm just gonna keep going. And while I'm doing this, I'm also trying to set up some Airbnbs in Dominican Republic as well. You have to keep growing. You have to find yourself, moving forward. Like, you have to. You can't stay in one place even though that place is comfortable. That's what I learned so far. If you want to get to the next level, then you have to keep growing, and you have to think about what's the next idea, what's the next move to make.